They're not allowed to associate with worldly people that are not in the organization. It's been pretty much all they've known.
You say I'm crazy, 'cause you don't think I know.
My name is Lindsay, and I am one of Jehovah's Witnesses. Growing up as a kid in grade school, I was brought up from infancy, through my entire childhood that this is what you do. You go to church, or we call it Kingdom Hall. We used to go to Kingdom Hall 2-3 times a week. And on top of that also we would go preaching from door to door. And that the preaching is actually a command from God in the Bible. Jesus and his apostles preached from door to door back in Jesus' time. So that's what we were raised doing. Every Saturday we'd go to different areas of the neighborhood and knock on people's doors and teach them from the Bible what we know, and try to enlighten people and get them to come to an understanding that we feel we have the truth.
I'm Kelsey. I've been friends with Lindsay since the 6th grade. Lindsay started rebelling. As far as we knew, her religion was very different. She really wasn't allowed to do much, which made her want to do stuff even more. She was sneaking out her basement window, which I never had to do because I was allowed to do it, And eventually it all caught up to her, and, when everything kind of came crashing down on her and she had to tell her parents about, the life that she was living and, the things that happened to her, her parents didn't accept it. That was it. She was cut from the religion, cut from her family. She had to move in with her boyfriend at the time, whose mom was a psycho. So, it was pretty hard for her. She really didn't have her mom there, her dad there. And we really were very close with her. She had her first Christmas, with all of us. She never celebrated holidays until her family, disowned her. So
I was 17, almost 18 when I got disfellowshipped. And from that point forward, my own family, my friends, everyone that I grew up with and knew and loved wouldn't speak with me, which was completely just one of the most difficult times of my life.
I'm Rachel, and I've been friends with Lindsay for 17 years. I remember the first school dance we took her to was the homecoming dance our junior year, and we went to our friend's house before, and of course we drank. We all were pre-gaming there, and we didn't even make it into the dance, but Lindsay, that was Lindsay's night out. She had never experienced something like that before. She'd never been to a school dance, anything. So the fact that she even made it to the entrance, that was huge for her. I'll never forget that day, just because it was such a breaking point for her. And I feel it was from that moment on that we knew she wasn't really going to be a witness anymore, to the fullest. I just think that it's not cut out for some people. She's a free spirit, she's a great person, great personality, but I feel the religion holds her back.
So I don't think you're necessarily set up for failure, because I didn't have to do the things that I did. I chose to do the things that I did. I wasn't the only one. My best friend was also disfellowshipped probably a year after I got disfellowshipped. A bunch of girls that I grew up with got disfellowshipped. Not everyone does, but bottom line is nobody's perfect. People make mistakes, especially young kids. They do things they shouldn't do. They make mistakes. That's life. That's kind of natural.
Although my life may seem more complicated than most people's lives usually are, I wouldn't change anything for the world.